Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Democracy 3. My name, of course, is Old Potato. Today we are continuing as a semi-independent Scotland. Yeah, I don't know, it's sort of like a hypothetical independent Scotland that we're playing as, and it's going pretty well, actually. It's going pretty darned well. In the last episode, at the very end, there was a slight problem with the global economy and our GDP, and yeah, not so great. Not so great at all. Our debt is pretty low at the moment, though, so that's something to be grateful for. Expenditure is actually pretty high, and it looks like our income may come down a little bit next turn, so that is not something that I'm really happy about. Alcohol abuse is going to be ending soon, though. Asthma epidemic is also going to be ending soon. Obesity is going to be ending, if not this turn, next turn. Homelessness did rise a little bit, and uncompetitive economy is going to fall after we get rid of alcohol abuse and asthma epidemic. Should be anyway. Or sorry, no, we just need to reduce alcohol consumption. Okay, that's fine, but alcohol consumption will reduce when alcohol abuse is done. Great. We might as well just save all of our political capital. I don't think there's anything we really need to do this turn, so I'm quite comfortable just heading on to the next turn right now. Alcohol abuse has ended. Great news. Health is up. Should see a significant jump there. Yes, we do. Unemployment. Unemployment has increased, unfortunately. That's not great. That's not great. Okay, let's just think about what we can do here. We are running a budget deficit of 9.15 billion. So, as I anticipated, our income did fall way down, which is not great, to be honest. It's not great, but we are going to try and continue this level of expenditure, and potentially raise taxes, actually. The sales tax, an extra couple of billion in a sales tax wouldn't go amiss. Although, once again, capitalists are going to get a little bit shafted, which is not great. Capital gains tax, not really something that I want to tax. I mean, capitalists are just going to get annoyed at me. And when capitalists are annoyed, we see the Battenberg Group. And that's not something I'm really interested in seeing at all, thank you. So, I guess we're probably just going to stick with it for a couple of turns, I think, unless we want to introduce a new tax. A graduate tax, perhaps? Not really, I don't think we really want to do that. I don't really know, to be honest. A punitive wealth tax, not really cool. High-tech products. We could do. Tax auditors are government employees who verify if individuals and businesses have paid the correct amount of taxes, effectively reducing tax evasion and retrieving unpaid taxes. Religious institutions tax. No, it's going to get us like no money at all. An automation tax. Okay, an automation tax could work, actually. A recreational drugs tax. No. Internet currency taxation. Not really. It's just going to cost us money. An internet tax. An internet tax actually is not going to upset capitalists. It is going to reduce our GDP though, so we're not going to do it. We're going to cancel the policy straight away. And that just wasted like 40 political capital, but who really cares? At the end of the day, I think we've just got to sort of stick with this deficit. I know it's not great, but it's something that the Scottish National Party would probably do. They'd probably say, you know what, we need to encourage the economy back into a state of growth, and you know, doing that, we are going to just keep on spending the same money that we've always kept on spending. All right, let's give it a shot. Let's see what's on the next turn. Positive discrimination. I think we're going to pass this law. I think that's something that the Scottish National Party would do. Alright, so bear in mind we had a deficit of 9.15 billion last turn, and it's gone up to 10 billion. Okay, you know, it's not the end of the world. It is not the end of the world. Our GDP is starting to recover a bit. Good news is that asthma epidemic has ended, obesity has ended, and uncompetitive economy hasn't ended yet, but it's definitely going to end this time. or this turn, should I say, which is going to give us a well-needed boost to the popularity of us as thought upon by capitalists, and also a 10% boost to GDP. So honestly, we can't really complain about that. That's really rather substantial. How's the Battenberg group looking? It's looking pretty bad. It's looking pretty bad, but it's all right. Homelessness. This isn't great. This is really not great. Not much we can do about this. State housing needs to be fully fleshed out first. Poverty. We could also work on getting poverty down, but the alcohol tax. Wow, that is really, really hurting poverty. Okay, let's actually reduce this alcohol tax. See if we can help poverty a little bit. Although I don't really want to reduce our income. Let's half it for now and see what happens, if that works or if that doesn't work. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Anything else that we could potentially use to get a little bit of extra money? Possibly, but not really. Not really, to be honest. A basic income guarantee. Wow, that's quite a socialist policy. Okay, what else? What else? Nothing else that's really very important. No. Interest rate. A low interest rate can boost your economy, while a high interest rate may stall it. Some economics argue that a negative interest rate has a negative effect on inflation. Can we just introduce this? I mean, this could get us a lot of money. This could get us a lot of money, which would be quite nice. Okay, we don't really want to increase inflation. We want more purchasing power. We want to decrease poverty, but at the same time, I think we're just going to leave this here. It's going to bring us in a little bit of income. Inflation is going to be reduced a little bit. Poverty is going to be increased by a little smidgen, and self-employed people are going to hate us a little bit more. But who really gives a damn about self-employed people? Who cares about self-employed people? Alcohol awareness campaign, that could work. This might be something we're interested in doing. A trade council, young entrepreneur scheme, both very interesting. Nothing here is really, you know, striking a chord, I'm afraid. Wow, we've got a lot of stuff here. Hydropower. Ooh, that's interesting. Costs a fair bit of money, but it's all right. No bother. Well, let's just say no change to the speed limits. All right, we still got a deficit, a substantial deficit. How is traffic doing? Traffic congestion is actually gone down. It's gone down a lot. Car usage is almost at a rock bottom, so that's actually kind of nice. Road building is reducing every turn. Has been reducing for the last wee while, so that's kind of nice. And I feel confident going on to the next turn. I'm not entirely sure how much political capital we're going to be getting. Quite a lot, actually. A surprising amount, considering we're in such poor economic conditions at the moment. But I'm really hoping for a little bit of a jump in the global economy. Alright. Flooding. That's not great. I don't really know what that does. But uncompetitive economy is ended, which is great because it gives us a little boost to GDP. GDP is picking up rather strongly now, so very, very happy with that. Optimistic in the polls, that's great. Poverty is decreasing, lovely. This is what we like to see. This is really what we like to see. Our debt is increasing, and I would expect us to hit the next level of interest rates soon, so I would expect our interest to go up a little bit. But at the moment, we're spending such a little amount of money on debt repayment, 0.7% of our expenditure. We're spending such a little amount of money on it, so it's really not an issue for me in the slightest. I'm completely okay with that. Income, basically all of our income, well, 56% of our income is coming from income tax and sales tax, and government borrowing is the next largest income thing. That's a little bit annoying, actually. Property taxes. This is probably, I don't know. I don't know if we want to keep that policy around, because people get annoyed by different policies, and this is not a good thing. When is the next election? The next election is right now, so without further ado, let's go ahead and do it. No point in beating around the bush. We're going to win the election. I know it. Everybody knows it. It's yeah, a pretty big win for us. You know, we can't really complain about a win like that. Not too bad. Not too bad. 65%. 65% of the electorate. Flood damage. Alright, so we got a new warning. This is one of the extra things that was introduced in the mod pack. Flood damage reduces GDP by 20%. Everybody gets a little bit annoyed at us. The environment goes down, the environmentalists go down, but it increases environmentalist memberships. Oh, we've now got a small budget deficit, so it looks like our GDP did recover quite substantially. However, the flood damage is going to absolutely shred that small deficit that we're so proud of this turn. Alright, we need to take action. We need to take action, and I don't know how we can take action. There's a couple of ideas that I've got in mind about how we can deal with this, but I do not know. Nothing in there to do with flooding. Anything to do with flooding anywhere. Okay, so look, we've got the Climate Change Adaptation Fund. We've got CPMDC, the Center for Pandemics and Major Disease Control. The CER, the Civil Disasters and Emergency. Okay, I can get behind this. And ENDRA. Flooding and wildfires. I'm actually gonna do this. I know it's gonna upset capitalists, but we need to get rid of flooding like ASAP, even if it costs a couple of extra billions. Alright, yeah, flooding damage needs to be sorted out pronto. What was the other body that that we could put in place? The SIR task force. What does this do? For disasters, and I suppose we can probably we'll have this on like that. Alright, it's worth a shot anyway. I mean, if it doesn't end up working out, then we can always change it around a little bit. We're going to do nothing, and we're going to do nothing because we've been on a crusade against capitalists recently, and I'm convinced that they are going to start to hate us a little bit. So, yeah, we need to do something to appease them. Credit rating downgraded. It's now an A. Yeah, we knew it was going to happen, but we're really not worried. We're running a budget deficit of 16.74, which is worrying actually. It's very worrying, and I'm not entirely thrilled about it. What was it saying on here? Health is nothing but excellent. Unemployment is, unfortunately, rather a tad too high. That's a shame. That is a real shame. How is this flooding damage going? It's this takes one turn to implement. Okay, that's fine. It's gonna cost us a little bit of money, but it's gonna offset the flooding damage efforts. That's good. That's good. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. What's over here? It's the SER task force is the Civil Emergency Resilience and Response. Prepare the public. Broadly liked by patriots. Yeah, that's fine. We don't have the maximum amount of political capital, although we do have a lot of political capital, so that's great news. So anything we can't do? A tram expansion. Ooh. A tram expansion. Close airports completely. Not really too sold on that. Toll roads. Toll roads, capitalists really like toll roads. Now, this is going to be really bad because motorists don't like it. It reduces car usage, which is actually kind of nice, and it decreases traffic congestion, which is also nice. It reduces inequality. It reduces inequality. It increases inequality and reduces equality, though. However, capitalists will like us 27% more simply for introducing toll roads. So I can get behind that. That's a substantial increase that I'm very, 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 very happy with. All right. Anything else that we sort of really feel the need to implement? Money supply. Oof. Oof. Okay, restrict the flow of money. I'm interested in doing this, actually. I'm interested in doing this. How is our inflation rate? Where is inflation? This is inflation. Okay, so the inflation rate looks like it's going down, so This increases everybody's earnings, I think. So when inflation is low, the purchasing power of the individual is more. In general, price level rises, inhabitants will buy fewer goods and services, inflation as low as possible. However, negative inflation is not a good thing. Negative inflation is bad. But hey ho, I'm not an economist. Alright, flooding is going down fast. Let's go to the next turn and see what we've got. Healthy minds and bodies. They say that nothing really matters as long as you, or in your case, has their health. Our medical report has never been so positive. Great. Media backlash, that's a little bit annoying. We are running a 15 billion budget surplus. That's very, very annoying. Poverty has ticking up, but it's barely ticking up, so I'm okay with that. And GDP is increasing, not by substantial amounts, but by a decent amount, at least. All right, flooding damage. We are trying to implement this thing as fast as possible so we can reduce flooding damage. But flooding damage is definitely a temporary sort of thing. It's not a permanent gig. However, I am worried about the fact that our deficit is a little bit large. Next turn, we're going to cut it to about 5 billion, I would imagine. But even that is just very, very high, which is not great. Not great at all. Not great at all. What can we do? Anything that takes our fancy. I mean, some of the newer policies are really interesting, and they're an interesting way to make money. High-tech products. Capitalists are opposed. Is there anything capitalists aren't opposed to? They seem to just absolutely hate everything. I don't know why, but whatever. Alright, what's this? Hydropower. Hydropower is something we could do. A nuclear power station. Again, something we could do. Nuclear waste disposal. Water conservation program. Healthy eating campaign. That's not new. Compulsory school sports. Nothing new of interest there. Oh, what's this? NOCA, the National and Organized Crime Agency, deals with the kinds of crime regular police have more difficulty with, targeting organized criminals. I suppose. Mandatory microchip implants. Yeah, liberals would probably hate this. Yeah, that sounds like a light bulb ban. Why is this in Law and Order? I think that's a bit... Law and Order is a bit generous. Let's go back to the economy and try and look at that whole money supply thing. Restrict money supply or flood the economy with money. On one hand, an infinite money supply will boost economy and GDP, but the side effect will be a serious inflation problem. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. So, we want to try at look at this. So it goes from high reduction, low reduction, nothing, low extra supply, release the Kraken. So we're going to try increasing inflation by just a little bit. It's going to give us a substantial boost to our GDP, and it's going to cost us 5 billion. Hopefully it's going to be worth it. I don't really know if it will be, but we'll have to wait and see. Credit rating downgraded, that's annoying, but not the end of the world. What is our deficit like? A 13 billion deficit. Ugh. How long does it take for... Not interest rate, that's not the one we wanted. How do we... Yeah, we can reduce inflation. Should we try this? No, let's not. Poverty is an issue. Yeah, I suppose it's still going to cost us a lot of money. I think we just cancel this and sort of cut our losses before things get too out of hand. And that means that, you know, our deficit is going to be much smaller now, which is sort of what we're aiming for, I guess. Kyoto Awards. We may be members of a small club, but it's an important one. We're proudly one of the few nations that are taking our climate change obligations seriously. Well, I'm very, very happy about that. Our credit rating is back to BBB. That's still not terrible, to be honest. And we're only running a very, very small deficit right now, so that's lovely. It's very, very nice indeed. Yeah, interest rate has it could be lower, but it's not up here yet anyway. So I'm happy just sort of flitting around this sort of area. Anything else? I suppose a tax is probably in order. You know what? I'm gonna say an airline tax. In fact, you know what? No, we're not, because capitalists are gonna hate us even more, and capitalists already hate us so very much. I mean, the Battenberg Group still has 2 members, which is very worrying. I feel a tax is really in order. A plastic bag tax, that's pathetic. Junk food tax, pretty bad. Health food subsidies, no. Nothing here is punitive tax on superstores. Capitalists are going to hate that, though. We just can't. We can't do anything without capitalists absolutely hating our guts. We are going to ban fox hunting. That's something the SNP have spoken about. And, yeah, they want to ban fox hunting. Alright. Miracle operation. Everybody's happy. Credit rating is being downgraded. That's something I'm not very happy about. However, our income is starting to level off, which is somewhat of a relief. However, that decrease of GDP is really going to hinder us. All right, screw it. We're gonna introduce a tax. It's not gonna be corporation tax. Flat income tax. We're gonna actually. I think a flat income tax is something that we would get on board. So what's going to happen is that we're going to do this, and we're going to do it for about 3 turns. We're going to introduce it for a while, and then we're going to cancel the policy. Now that, theoretically, should mean that we can make a quick buck, pay off all of our debt, give us a little bit of a surplus to get us back on our feet, and or you know, a little supply of money to get us back on our feet, and then we cancel the policy, and you know, just get rid of it. It only costs 13 political capital to cancel, so without a doubt we're going to be doing that. But ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me. Thanks very much for watching. My name, of course, has been Potato. Tune in next time for some more Democracy 3. I'll see you then. Bye.